Hi, my name is Jacob Logan. This is my second speech for my public speaking class. Dungeons and Dragons is a very popular RPG, tabletop, if you will. Um, it's called a tabletop RPG because obviously you play on a table. You don't necessarily have a board. You don't have anything that would normally come with a normal board game. It's all in the imagination. It's everything is in your mind. There's not a single thing. Well, there are things. Your dice, your characters, your minis, There are things that are physical, there are things, most of it is in the imagination. There's rules, of course, there's roles. Everybody plays their part. Everybody plays themselves in a way that they normally wouldn't be able to represent themselves. And with that, typically, everybody kind of falls into place. Everybody enjoys themselves in their own particular way. There's rules, of course, there's always rules to everything. Rules are the basis of everything, right? So, the way that it works is, typically you'll have your dungeon master and then you'll have your player. Your player will ask the dungeon master, or will say to the dungeon master, I'm gonna do this. Okay, well then it kind of gets discussed a little bit. You go back and forth. You try to make your thing work. You want to make it work in some way. And if it's okay, then it happens. And then they go with it. Then everything, it's just all about trying to make things flow properly. Well, then you're maybe asking yourself, what is a dungeon master? Dungeon master is your DM, your god, essentially, for the table. He, or she, I guess, controls what happens. They control the flow. They control the people that are not playable by everybody at the table. They're the ones that are going to control your monsters, your bosses, people you talk to in towns and cities. They're the ones that control everything in the world. And then on top of that, probably the most important thing is your characters, your people, your players, the ones that are actually there to play the game. They're going to start, by making their character. They can pick from many of type of rules, most of which could be considered overpowered or broken. And then you have all of these manuals that all of these different character options, all these different races. You have anything from cats to elves to humans. The list is rather expansive at this point, and it goes until either everybody perishes, or everything until you complete the mission, until you complete the campaign, until the DM says that they're done. And that's basically D&D in itself. It's going from learning and understanding the rules to being either your DM or your player, and it's all about the stories that you create, the story that you write in yourself and with the people that you're playing with. It's all about the friendship and the magic that you create along the way. And it's all about the imagination. That's probably the most important part about it.